Hello, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning, Akron. As you know, I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm joined today by Mr. Dan Mosier. How are you, Dan?
Doing great. I love what WAOH is doing. I love your show. All of the great guests that you bring on. This is tons of fun.
It is. It's so much fun. I love being able to bring just local events, local people, local nonprofits, just all the stuff, all the small businesses, amazing people we have here in Akron on the show. So it's been great.
We can't say we are 100% Akron because we have grand plans now to go out and do stories all over Ohio, mostly covering places you might want to go if you want to escape Akron, perhaps.
Exactly. Maybe even you want to take a little road trip. That's a little hint of something we might have coming up. So
a cabin fever is a thing.
We all need a little road trip. Even if we can't get far away from Ohio, we all need to take a little road trip here and there.
The
right?
staycation. Keep your money in Ohio, as they say.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of things we could talk about. And the first thing I have to mention is First Glance. The fundraiser is so incredible.
It is.
Obviously, this is a huge part of your life. You have dedicated so much time, and your husband, Ben, is certainly, what is his role? If you had to describe, he does so much for the church community and for Kenmore and First Glance. To hear the testimony at the fundraiser at the House 330 was incredible.
It was, and I know, he was kind of hiding in his seat, you don't need to say my name 7 times, which the student that spoke was just very generous in saying how much Ben has been able to help him. And but anyway, he's on the board, so he's a board member for First Glance. He also runs the hip hop program alongside a couple other people. Alongside the student that spoke. So he's been able to kind of pass on so much information and knowledge and just wisdom and life skills and things like that now this student who 3 years ago, if you met, you would never have known that he was going to be able to get his life together to this point. And then and so now he's co-running this program. And Ben is a part of that. So they do a hip hop program, and they bring students in. He actually drives the van around Akron, picks up students because a lot of the issue is they don't have rides, and picks them up. They bring them over to First Glance, which is a youth center on Kenmore Boulevard for people who don't know. And every Thursday they do music, so they learn how to make beats. They learn how to rap. If they don't rap, they might sing.
Sure.
So they just use music. Hip hop is the most widely used form of music right now, especially in urban areas. So in Akron, it's the biggest form of music.
If you're going to reach young people,
if you're going to reach students,
make a difference in the lives of kids living in the city.
Yeah, and so it wasn't my husband's favorite kind of music. He's a classic rock guy, but he learned that this was the form of music that really reached the students, and so he started doing it. And then other people came alongside him. First Glance houses the program, and so it's been really cool.
Well, if our audience only gets one thing out of our discussion today, take the time to look at First Glance online and see what this organization does. And I'm sure there's a bazillion ways to get involved, more than just donating money, to volunteer. What a way to make an impact in a young person's life, to volunteer at a place like First Glance, at a youth center. The goal is to provide a place, respite for kids and young people from all over that just need a safe place for a period of time.
Exactly.
That was
and actually, that's probably the thing they need the most right now is volunteers. So if you have one night a week, one night a month, they'll take you at whatever level you can give.
That's cool.
They would love for you to come and invest in students. So,
So the reason I thought about bringing up the First Glance Youth Center and talking about it is because I was invited to the fundraiser. Thank you for that invite. So I got to go and sit at the table with the whites, with Ben and Sarah, and that was a blast. But that was the first time that I had been into the House 330 since it had been transformed from the Tangier to the House 330.
It is amazing
It
there,
is.
isn't it?
That is. So they have a Chase Bank, they have a Starbucks, and then down the hallway, what was the Hall of Fame, what struck me was that they took where all of the incredible pictures of celebrities, and there was Ed George and maybe even Ed George's dad with all of the celebrities that had performed at the cabaret over the years, and all the pictures are gone, but they have the frames embedded into the new wall. And it just was an incredible tribute to what the Wall of Fame was. I guess you would have had to be old enough to remember what the Wall of Fame was.
That's something I didn't even know, so next time I go, I'll have to check that out.
They have all the frames. That's what all those squares, they
had
them in kind of to inspire you to recall what the Wall of Fame was. And then, of course, where all the VIP rooms were opposite that wall, they now have all the ice cream shop and the various shops, the candy shop. And what they've done with the banquet room,
beautiful.
But I'm glad that the cabaret is all been reupholstered and redone. And I'm talking about something they did a year ago. So I'm way late to the game on this.
How have I not been to this?
There's other
people out there that haven't been there and they just need a push. You got to go check this place out.
People don't know that it's open to the public. There maybe I don't know that there's a Starbucks there. I wonder just how busy is it. I need to just go over there right now and check it out.
You know what, too? When I was in there for another event, so before this event, I actually got to also, I emceed the First Glance Gala, thankful to be able to do that, and then I was able to MC an event for a wonderful organization called the International Welcome Center. I'll shout them out about a month ago, and they help with when people are acclimating, immigrants and refugees are coming to the States, they help welcome them here. And they were in the cabaret room. And so I got to MC in that cabaret room. And that is such a cool room. And it's been redone. And it's just a beautiful, so if you need like a small event space, if you're looking for an event space, that cabaret room can be rented for an event. And then if you need a large event space, they have this amazing large event space that we were in for the gala. And so, yeah, just really cool space. But they were telling me, don't even feel like you have to buy a Starbucks. I thought the Starbucks employees were like, you can just come work here if you want. You could, this is open space for people to just come and have, if you want to come have a workspace there. They have beautiful tables inside and you can just go hang out. And then if you want a Starbucks, it's right there.
That's so cool. And cool. All the great things that you do in the community. And one thing of many that I love about WAOH is that it really can be a platform to put the spotlight on all of these great organizations. Yeah. Like you had Open M on, and of course First Glance, and then we have the Akron Torchbearers. I mean, I'd run the list of all the great organizations that you've had the chance to interview on your show. And it is great to have a platform where we can, what we call purpose-driven television, where we can put the spotlight on organizations. And the Welcome Center, tell me a little bit about this organization.
Yeah, this was really cool. They're called the International Welcome Center. I actually had a chance to MC their gala for a couple years now. And then the second year, I did it alongside Justin Hilton, who I also had on the show from Leadership Akron, talking about another great organization in town. But they are an organization, and they actually just expanded. So now when an immigrant family comes into Northeast Ohio, or a refugee family, so these are legal refugees and immigrants coming into our country, when they come in, they are here and they have no idea what to do. So this organization, I mean, they get a little bit. They get a tiny little bit from the government of what to do. But this organization called the International Welcome Center, they walk beside them. I believe it's for like 90 days and then some if need be, where they help them get their apartment, help them get all the things they need in their apartment, help them know where to go to the grocery store. Often there's language barriers. Help them, where are they going to be learning English? Do they need to know how to ride the bus? Do they need to know how to get their driver's license? I mean, there is a litany of things if you're moving from another country that you need to know how to do. And so this wonderful organization, International Welcome Center, they just walk alongside them.
That's awesome.
So,
again, I want WAOH to be the platform to put the spotlight on these kind of organizations. Yeah. It's great we can talk about this. And again, I love the idea of purpose-driven television. And along those lines, one of the best things we have going is Aaron Coleman joined the team last year, and we're so glad to have him. He has been doing these stories, various feature stories and interviews, and because he has such an incredible journalism, broadcasting background, all of his work over the years at WAKR, he has the Rolodex of people in town, and so he really has brought some great content and great stories. Yesterday, Caden, we're going to roll a promo here. Yesterday, we had him in the studio, and he recorded this promo he's so good on camera, where I just said, hey, give us something to invite people to the WAOH Facebook. And here's what he did. Take a quick look at this.
What's going on? This is Aaron Coleman from WAOH TV inviting you to follow our page on X. You can see all of our great content on there, including Good Morning Akron, feature stories featuring me, and a whole lot of other great stuff. So go to X, find WAOH TV, click that follow button. You'll see all of our great content there. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
He is so good. He didn't even need a teleprompter. He just did that. And I said, give me 40 seconds. We can post to Facebook. And there he goes.
That's what we need. That's what we need.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's awesome. He is so good. I actually really loved one of his last interviews that he did. He spoke with someone from the Ohio Entertainment Awards.
Yes.
And that interview blew up. People were sharing that, and it was all over the place. So, yeah, he's great. Great at
And
what
that's
he does.
what we need. What we really need is for our viewers to go ahead and hit the subscribe and the like and the follow.
So much. We need you guys.
We do.
We need you guys.
We need this a whole project needs people to vote with their subscribe button.
Exactly.
To say Akron needs local television, Akron deserves local television. And that the last thing maybe I would want to talk about is I was inspired by you on a way that you handled a situation. And I learned from, we have the intern program. And it must be so nice to be able to teach these young people. I say, oh, no, I learn from everybody around me. I come in and say, I learn from our students all the time.
Everybody.
We learn from everybody.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about, I'm going to have to take a page out of your book when I am confronted in that moment where somebody writes something that is negative. When we do things we think are great for the community, and it's great that this organization does that, and then there's these haters or these people that write, like, who has the time, the keyboard warrior.
There's always a keyboard warrior.
There's always, and you go on, and here's a group like us. We're going to go on, and we want to just talk about the great things happening in Akron and keep it light and fun and entertaining. And of course, someday maybe we would have a newscast and have to do hard news and terrible stories and fires and all the tragedies and terrible things. But for now, we're really trying to have some fun, put the spotlight on great things. But then there's always that one person.
There is.
That just has to come out and just spoil the fun for everybody by writing, and you handle it beautifully.
Oh, well,
you have to be thick-skinned. And you said something when we were out at the fundraising dinner about that situation, and I just thought, yes, how you handle it is the way it should be handled. To just don't let it bother you.
Just let it pass by.
And how do you do that?
How do you do that? Well, I actually have prayed that I would get thicker skin in the right ways, not to where I'm not a feeler. I still want to feel things. I still want to appreciate, the beauty of our world. But at the same time, if something is coming at me that is untrue, I have to just brush it off.
Yeah.
Water down a duck's back, someone said to me the other day.
Is it there just are some people that get triggered, and maybe I'm one of them. I'm going to have to but now I want to find that person. I can't even talk about it. We'll send a camera crew to their house and do a quick interview. Sir, I have to understand the psychology behind, come out of your mother's basement and turn off the Mac 2E that you have down there. And come talk to us.
Yeah.
But
and I think
you can't do that.
You can't do that.
That's a little weird.
I just let it pass me by, and and recognize that social media and even media and what we're doing. Not everyone knows me, and I know me, so I check myself and make sure. Hey, am I actually that way? And I can say, no, I'm not, and so I can let it pass by. So, anyway, that's tough. So hopefully maybe that can be a lesson to everyone to not let those keyboard warriors get to you.
See, I like a good roast. So if somebody goes on and says, that's the worst television broadcaster I've ever seen in my life, I think I'd have a good laugh.
Right.
But if you directed at one of our guests or one of our hosts or somebody, I think that's where I would get like defensive.
Sure.
Oh,
No, it's tricky because it's okay to have fun too.
Sure.
We love sarcasm in our house. I mean, my husband has a very sarcastic side. You know, we love joking. We love to have fun. That's not, you know, but at the same time, we don't want to, we don't want to be mean.
Now, of course, if we screw something up, if we say something that's inaccurate, or if we did something to offend somebody, and there was a genuine reason to call us out in the comments section,
absolutely,
by all means.
We want to fix our. We want to.
Oh yeah, if we were to
make any,
we would never
issues.
make any mistakes.
Never.
We are flawless in the execution of production of local television here in Akron, Ohio. Absolutely. Well, this is a lot of fun. This is a great way to get a show rolling. So you've got a lot of guests today. You're going to, of course, treat the audience to a smattering of people from all over.
A wonderful group of people.
Yes.
So excited to have them all on. So it's going to be great.
All right. Well, we'll get to it.
All right.
then. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.